The question of authority and finding power is a very interesting question when examining the position of the female in the male-dominated education system. According to Mary Belenky, Blythe Clinchy, Nancy Goldberger, and Jill Terrule, authors of A Woman's Ways of Knowing, most of the institutions of higher education in this country were designed by men, and most continue to be run by men, which leave women without higher status authorities in the public domain to look up to. Interestingly, within their research, they found that women who were unable to find such role models were more likely to turn to the private world of family or friends for guidance, or for those women who did not find the guidance in these inner circles, it was common to establish a reliance on the self, redefining the nature of authority and shifting the orientation of authority from external to internal. By examining the experience of 4 women attending a public university, the unique perspectives and challenges they faced will be analyzed.
I'm studying music, specifically operatic singing.
I am studying business administration with a concentration in hospitality management and 2 minors in music and economics.
I am studying business. It's between marketing and entrepreneurship, but it will mostly be entrepreneurship, and my minor will be French and theater.
Criminal justice.
When I was 5, my mom started me playing piano, so she started making me take lessons, and then from there, I got very into singing. I've been singing in church choirs since I was like 11. I've been singing in school choirs since the 5th grade. It was just something that I kind of grew to love.
I've always been interested in music. It's kind of been my passion through my life, but I have found that I really enjoy planning things, and what I get to do with my degree is plan weddings.
Well, I got interested in it because I could see myself doing it for a living, like for free type of thing. And I'm the type of person that love following my passion. If I don't like what I'm doing, I can't do it. And because I can see it in me, and if I'm going to college to get a degree, I might as well get it. It's something I could already visualize myself succeeding and traveling. I love to travel.
Child. Everyone said that I was very argumentative, so they suggested I should go into criminal justice and be a lawyer.
To say my piano teacher, Mr. Roald Wilson, he was a very adventurous person. He likes to collect instruments from all around the world, and one of his mottos is that you can't let the feeling of being wrong control your life. You may be wrong, you may do something that's wrong, but ultimately it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You just have to keep going forward.
Biggest role model of all would probably be my mom. She is very hardworking. She raised me and my sisters as a single mother, and she's actually in school right now as well for her doctorate degree. So she's probably one of the people that I look up to the most.
I have that of them, to be honest. But I will have to say my future, the future me that I'm always picturing, she's my biggest role model. Because the dreams and things that I want to do in life, every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, in 5 years from now, will she be happy? And if the answer is no, then I most likely won't do it, because I like commitment consistency. When I start something, I don't start things to see if it works. I join things to make it work for me. So I always think about her, because I know she has big goals and dreams of impacting lives and all that. So I'm like, will she be happy? Or will she be like, dang, the young me messed up.
Models in life right now, I'd have to say my mom. It's because, well, other than her being my mom, she's like the person who keeps pushing me and driving me forward to do, whatever I want. That she keeps telling me that, you can do it, no matter how hard it is, she's always there to give really good advice.
It was during my audition to get here at Salem State. I knew the music very well. I felt very confident, and it was in that moment when I was singing and just looking at the jury that I felt so strong, I felt so powerful, I felt like I could move everyone in the room.
Say when I'm in chorus, actually, because I'm around all these people that enjoy doing the same thing that I do, and we're all having fun, and I just feel like I can be myself which makes me feel the most empowered.
To be honest, this might come across as cocky to some people, but honestly, I feel like every day I'm powerful because I woke up and I'm doing the things I want to do, not for the money or not because of my mom. I love my mom, don't get me wrong, or like anybody else, but because of me. And the fact that I can help other people.
Last year, I made it on the dean's list, so I got to go like the special ceremony, and I felt just like on top of the world, like the best I've ever been at school. Because usually I'm like an average worker, but for some reason that year I was just like at the top of everything.
Singing, when I was told that I should audition for theaters and plays and all of that, I'm not very good with acting, and never before have I felt so small being judged because I knew it wasn't my strong suit. I knew it wasn't my forte, and it crushed me, and I never really got into theater.
It was probably when I was at my friend's birthday party at his house, like last year, and everybody was drinking and being crazy, and this guy came up and smacked me in the ass. And I told him that he couldn't do it, and he said he could do anything he wanted.
So like having the people that I was supposed to look up to, or like I don't know, but having like the people try to tell me what to do with my life as if they're gonna pay for the consequences of my mistake, if they were to be a mistake. Like having them feel like my decision was joining the military and being a sailor was a bad idea. It was just like, it made me just want to do it just because they said I shouldn't do it.
Beautiful whenever I'm doing something that I love, in the sense of like I like to draw a lot, I like to play piano a lot, and doing either of those things with people and kind of showing it off to people, that's when I feel the most beautiful and the most that I'm really shining and showing off what I want the world to see.
Well, I definitely feel beautiful when I wear makeup because it's really fun to put makeup on sometimes. So that makes me feel good. Yeah. And I have this dress that I bought over the summer that I could wear every single day. It's like navy blue and like spaghetti strap with flowers all over it. And I don't normally like flowers, but like I fell in love with this dress, and I love it.
The way that I feel beautiful, I've learned to find beauty within me. Like, I don't care what people think from the outside. For me, beauty is within yourself. And me, I've learned to fall in love with every aspect of me, which could be negative, positive, it doesn't matter because I love me. So every day I feel beautiful and I feel amazing.
Hair done.
Okay.
Because you don't get my hair done, I get my nails done, I get my eyebrows done, and you know, everything just comes together and it looks good. I feel the most confident with a new hairstyle.
Getting people to kind of get past what I look like, it's like, you know, the whole saying, don't judge a book by its cover, that applies in everyday life. It's kind of like a defense mechanism, kind of like something we evolved with, but it's something that a lot of people see me, they see what I've done, and they immediately judge me, and it's not who I am, it's not my entire being, and I'd like it if more people got to talk to me first and understand me before judging me.
Probably being in large groups. I have a tad bit of social anxiety, so being in a large group with people that I don't know is really difficult for me.
But when people think they can come to my house, not like my house as in, you know, like my corners, and think they can tell me what to do, and like, how you gonna leave your corner and come to my corner and try to give me orders at my house? Like, do things your way, I do things my way. Don't, you know.
I'm shy, so like a lot of times, like I won't just go up to people and like, hey, how are you and stuff. I'll mainly wait for them to come to me and say something. I'm just more reserved, and I'm definitely the person that's more to herself, and I'm super quiet, especially for like if I'm in a place where I don't know anyone or it's very new for me. I'm extremely quiet and I'm just reserved.
One of the worst experiences in school, I'd have to say it was sophomore year. It was before I had been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I had a breakdown. And I was overheating, and one of the things that is, I took off a sweater, I was wearing like a sleeveless dress, and immediately a teacher came over to me and told me I had to put my sweater back on. And like I was crying, my face was red, I was shaking, and the only thing she could think to say was, "You need to put your sweater back on."
Probably my freshman year of high school. This girl that I have never liked started a rumor that me and one of my best friends were lesbian lovers. And that was not fun.
Wow. That's a deep question. But once upon a time when I was younger, I didn't like when I used to get bullied for my accent. But now I don't think it was my worst experience, because every time I used to get bullied from, are the things that make me money, because I've learned to make them my best skills, whatever you call it, you know?
My senior year, a week or two after my birthday, I got into like a physical fight with one of these girls. She was my best friend. She was one of my really close friends, and she tried to hit me. So naturally, I reacted back and actually hit her back. But that was probably like my worst experience in school, because I pride myself on not trying to fight and like get into like physical things with people, especially for someone that I considered a friend. So to have to like go to that physical level where we're like physically on the floor fighting was probably like one of the times when I was like shocked in myself. I was like, what am I doing on the floor fighting?
The confidence to do what I really want to do. I was never really told that you should go ahead and absolutely pursue this. It was always, all right, I understand you want to do this, but here are all the downsides to it. And I think that's something teachers do just to kind of bring a reality check to students. But I think it would have been nice once in a while to say, yes, you can absolutely do that, and you should do that, and I think you would be wonderful at it.
Let kids not taking whatever they want to do. Just because I want to be an artist and you want to be a doctor doesn't make you smarter than me. Like, we can both make it work, you know? That's one thing I will, like, don't discriminate.
Like, in high school, I feel like most of my teachers didn't understand like circumstances that we were coming from out of school. Like, they don't know what we go through when we leave school. All they cared about was what we were doing while we were there. They didn't understand our mindsets, what maybe might be going on at home, or like even like during school. In school, they didn't take that into consideration. All they saw was like, well, you're not passing your homework. Like, you don't know what other students are going through. You don't know what's going on at home, and they just didn't care. So that was my whole thing. Like, you know, I get it. Homework, schoolwork is important, but at the same time, if a child is in a bad situation and they're in a bad environment, homework or schoolwork is going to be the last things on their mind at the time. So I just feel like they could have took that more into consideration.
More openness between students and teachers, the ability to talk more openly with teachers, and not fearing that you're going to be ridiculed harshly. Because I do know a lot of teachers give off that feeling where they are going to ridicule people harshly, and they do. I know teachers who are like that. And it's like, school's a place of learning, school's a place of gathering information and growing both intellectually and socially, and one thing that hinders that is the feeling that you are going to be harshly judged because of what you think, do, or say.
My school and other schools in general just had a class for life, like how to do taxes, because I still need my parents' help when I do my taxes, and how to like change a tire and change your oil and balance a checkbook. I think that would have been really helpful.
Just because she's a girl, don't like encourage her to be a teacher instead of an engineer, and vice versa. And like, just because one wants to be a doctor, one wants to be an artist, doesn't make one smarter than the other one. They can both do it. It's just commitment and what you're willing to like put in, you know?
Testing. I feel like growing up, it was all about how to take tests, how to prepare for tests, how to study for a test. So, and I'm one person who personally doesn't do well taking tests. I need extensive amount of studying time, and I feel like it was more about learning how to take tests rather than learning things like personal life, like life skills. Like, in schools, they don't teach you what taxes are. They don't teach you how to balance checkbooks. They don't teach you real life skills. How is knowing the quadratic formula going to help you in like outside of life? You know, how is conjuncting verbs going to help you? I mean, it'll help you with speech, but in the whole grand scheme of life, knowing these aren't going to help you in life. Like balancing your checkbooks, things you need to learn how to learn. Like filing taxes are things you need to learn in life.
Listening to the voices of these 4 females, it is clear to see that although these women have sought access to education as a means of liberation, this access to a male-dominated culture may equally be felt to bring with it alienation, repression, division, and a silencing of the feminine. These women have all managed to follow a certain set of goals and lead successful lives. However, many are struggling with issues of empowerment and confidence in both a social and an academic setting. Taking the research of Belenky, Clinchy, Goldberger, and Terrule into context, it is clear that male experience has defined human experience and the model of intellectual development in terms of elevating the abstract and impersonal as thinking, and the personal and interpersonal as emotional. Listening to the emotional and academic needs that are not being met for these girls, it begs the question if educators could help women in the development of their own authentic voices more by emphasizing connection over separation, understanding and acceptance over assessments, and by according respect and allowing time for the knowledge that emerges from first-hand experience. If teachers take the approach of encouraging students to evolve their own patterns of work based on the problems they are pursuing rather than imposing their own expectations and arbitrary requirements, it is far more likely that females will feel empowerment rather than inferiority.